Hey everyone, welcome back to String, Cheese, and Applesauce, where today we're going to review the LEGO Technic Compact Tracked Loader. This is set number 42032, 252 pieces, and it is age range from 8 to 14. So I have the box here. Let's look at the box. It's a medium-sized set. It's actually kind of a small set, because Technic medium-sized sets are about 800 to 1,000 pieces, and the large sets nowadays, the flagships and the second wave sets, are pushing in the thousands to the 2,000s pieces. So 252 is actually really small for a Technic set. So the box is cool. I like the black and white color scheme. It shows a small little inset picture here with some of the functions. And when we turn it over, it shows you the alternate model that you can build. Don't get confused that you can build both of these models at the same time. You actually have to disassemble this model and use those pieces to build the additional model. So it's basically meant to let you use your creativity by taking apart the model and figuring out ways to build other things with it. So let's go ahead and look into the actual finished model itself. I did a build of this. Check it out. There's a link down below if you want to see the build. It's a fairly simple build. There were some tricky parts kind of back in here, and I had to kind of go in and meticulously reconnect some of it, because the way Technic works is when you build it from the inside out. So as you're building it out, there's a lot of pins and axles that are kind of sticking out, and they kind of look out of place until you have to attach a really long beam to it, and that beam has to connect on all of those axles and pins that are more or less sticking out all at once. You have to attach it all at once. So if you miss one, nothing starts to align after a while, and you have to figure it out. So overall, the main thing that people don't like about Technic is the exposed pinholes on it. But if you kind of give it a squint test and just kind of look at it, you can kind of tell that it's a tracked loader, although it doesn't quite have a lot of the panels and covering up all of the Technic stuff to where it looks truly more like a Lego set. It still has a hollow sense, especially kind of when you look right in here. You can see all the way through to the other side. You can see my hand all the way over here, so it's kind of hollow, but overall I think it looks like a tracked loader if you can kind of get past everything else. So of course you have the tracks. You can see when you push it, they do roll, and it doesn't turn any type of fake engine or anything. It's truly just the tank treads on these wheels. So that's really it. The main functions we have is there's a knob back here that you can turn, and when you turn it, you can see that this little gear over here is turning, and it's turning a lift arm that's attached to this whole bucket assembly. So that's more or less how you lift the entire bucket or set it down, is by turning that gear on the back. So let's go ahead and get it up pretty high. I can show you the cockpit area. So we have the standard blue and light bluish gray Technic seat, although we have no figures that'll fit in there. And then we do have these cool little control arms. They don't do anything, it's just for looks. And then we have a little control panel in there. It's a little hard to see, but I'll try to zoom in there. There we go. So those are just on some cheese slopes, and they're actually stickered pieces that you can see right on those cheese slopes. And then when I turn it this way, you can see it right there, those cheese slopes. So that's the cockpit area. And then with this lifted up, you can see the worm gear in there that's attached to the black knob. So when you turn that knob, that's what's turning the big light bluish or dark bluish gray gear in there. So that's the main lifting mechanism. So once you lift it up, we also have two other little functions here. There's two knobs here, and if you didn't know that they were really meant to control the bucket part, you could easily mistake these as, say, antennas or little smokestacks or something. But what they actually are is they're little knobs here. You see the one on the left actually moves the bucket up and down, so it tips it. And then this one over here on the right hand side opens and closes the little fork element that when the bucket is all the way down, you can chomp it down on there. That way when you lift stuff up, it stays inside of the bucket. So it kind of has some cool little playability with it. So you can go around and scoop up some debris, chomp down on it so it doesn't fall out, lift it up, roll over to wherever you want to go dump it, and then see how well it dumps. There it goes. Dumps pretty well. So there you have it. That is the tracked loader, and these were all the extra pieces that were part of it. It did come with two instruction books. We had, of course, the main instruction book, and the alternate model came as an instruction book. So interestingly enough, the smaller models are the only Technic models that come with both instruction books to build both models that you see on the box. When you get into the larger sets, and then especially the flagship models, they usually just come with one giant instruction book, or multiple big instruction books for the main model that you see on the front of the cover. And if you want to build the alternate model, you have to download the alternate instructions off of the LEGO website, which is no big deal, because in my opinion, if you're going to spend 8 to 14 hours or however long it takes to build one of those giant models, I don't necessarily want to take it apart, because you invested so much time and effort into it that I think you want to keep it together for a while. But hey, maybe you have extra pieces laying around and you want to build the other one. Well, you got to download the instructions off their website. And hey, it's free anyway, so even if you don't buy these models, even if you don't buy these, you can go to the LEGO website and download the instructions for free and build it with the pieces you have. There wasn't anything too crazy in here as far as new or unique pieces. The only kind of rare one is this little element up here. It's half of a Technic pin with a pinhole that's perpendicular, but I know that these are coming out in a lot of sets, and even some Ultra Agent sets, which are not Technic sets, but they use a lot of Technic elements. Even those sets have some of those pieces. So hey, maybe you have a lot of these pieces at home and you want to build it but not buy it. Get the instructions, use it as inspiration, use it to build the model, and yeah, it's all free. So thank you, LEGO, for that. That's awfully cool. So that's it for this review. Tell me your thoughts. Don't forget to check out the build. There's a link down below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Let me know if you want to see more Technic stuff. I'm a huge fan of Technic. I don't know if everyone else is. The only way I'll know is if you let me know. So put a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.